So, hello, YouTube Live, and we are also doing a podcast at the same moment. And our podcast is called Underestimated, and we're going to have our YouTube joiners just for the beginning of the podcast because Collette and I wanted to talk about these ABLE accounts. But before we do that, we'll introduce ourselves. So yes, I am Rosemary Alfredo. Collette is my first of 3 children. And Collette is 35 years old. So I don't know if you can imagine what it's like, what it was like 35 years ago raising a child with disabilities, and just the stigmas that I know are still around, but they were just, everybody had them, including teachers and principals and doctors and whatnot. So when Collette got older, and I don't want to tell your whole story, but I knew that she was going to be kind of a project to really focus on to get her to a point of where she could be the best she wanted to be for her, and she could have what she wanted in life, and be practical and reasonable about it. So one of the things that coming from a family of entrepreneurs, and I've had a couple of businesses myself. So when nobody would hire Collette, that's when we kind of I dove into opening a business for her. But before I get all into that, and we're going to get into the ABLE account very shortly, I just want to give you a little background on us. I'm going to introduce, Collette DeVito.
Hi, I am Collette DeVito. Thank you, David. So I am actually the CEO of these 2 companies. One of this company, it is actually called Collette Cookies, who makes really good kind of cookies. And also I run is a second company. It's called that is Leadership, who have been teaching online classes for other people. I have been doing that.
Oh, so, and in person?
Yes, and
also in person?
Also in person, and also by online too. And also I do have my own podcast. I am actually here now. And also I actually did publish 3 books. One of these books, it is called Collette in Kindergarten, and my second one is called Collette in the Grid, and my other one is called Collette in Middle School. I'm actually going to read more books series about my life. I'm going to read about me in college, then me in Boston, and of course, who couldn't find jobs. I faced 13 rejections. It's very hard for other people like me. And
to get a job?
Yes, for trying to get jobs, to make money, to earn a living. Who wants to do is live independently, pay my own bills, those kind of things. And also, I'm going to read about me, who is a cookie boss, to have our own company. So
yeah, we'll get into your cookie company soon. But
really soon. So
during this podcast and this live YouTube, we're going to first focus on
ABLE accounts.
Yeah, on ABLE accounts, and how you were able to start a company. And I think a lot of people have asked us in the past how if you actually own your company, because they feel that if you own your company, you're going to lose your services and your benefits, as well as Medicaid.
Yep.
And you do own your own company. The company is yours.
And living independently.
Yep, and you live independently. And basically, an ABLE account, I'm going to say like 1970s was established, and to this day, it just blows me away that people don't know about it. A lot of people don't know about it, and it's really a shame that you're not learning more of this in schools, especially when your child hits anywhere from 18 to 21. So we've had a lot of parents approach us about starting a business for their child, but their biggest concern is losing any type of resource or benefits, right?
That is correct.
So with an ABLE account, it doesn't cost you any money to start up. You can just Google ABLE account. You'll learn all about it. You'll learn what the laws are, and how it allows a person with disabilities that's on SSI or SSDI be able to save money. Because right now, and unfortunately this does still exist, which Collette and I are very big on being a part of reforming this old kind of regulation that was put out by legislation many years, over 20 years ago. And I don't think they ever looked at a person with a disability as being able to have kind of an equitable future. Do you know what I mean by that, Collette? It's like having the same future as your brother and sister that don't have a disability. Yeah. And to this day, the legislation has yet to change, which kind of, again, blows me away because you're 35 now and look everything that you've accomplished. But also, what still does exist that we are working on right now with ABLE Americans is the fact that you cannot really have more than $2,000 in your bank account, or you lose services and you potentially lose benefits and you're up for losing Medicaid. So if you have $2,001, I don't know how it is in other states, but I can tell you in our state, they shut you down within 2 to 3 weeks. They know all about it. So I think it's really important to know that if you have an ABLE account, it's a separate account, and money can be put into that account, and it does not affect whatsoever any of your benefits or your Medicaid or any of the resource or any of your SSI or SSDI checks. So you can save up to $100,000 in total, which I think right now it's on the table down at the Hill for extending up to $200,000, but at this time it's $100,000. You can save up to that. So if somebody wants to gift you, like you have a grandmother that gifted you some money last year, and if that money went into your bank account, everything would have been shut down for you, right? Yes. But that money cannot be even looked at by disability organizations or SSI or SSDI if it's in the ABLE account. You're allowed, and obviously the reason for this is so a person that has a disability can save money. Like, why should they not be able to save money? That, again, using the same term, blows me away. Like, are people with disabilities not expected to want a home one day, not expected to buy a car ever? Maybe some aren't. You probably won't ever want a car, but
someday I will.
But, are you not, what if you want to get an apartment and you need furniture, so you can't have more than $2,000 in your bank account? How are you ever going to do that? You can't, right? It's not possible. No. And so that still exists. And that's another thing with ABLE Americans we're working on, is changing that number, that $2,000 number as well in the personal bank account up to a higher figure. But right now, what exists and has existed that a lot of people, Collette, don't know about this, and it's this ABLE account. Yeah. And it's that you can save $100,000, up to $100,000, I believe. And, these things are always changing. So what I'm saying today could be different tomorrow. I know that's never going to change. But I believe you can put maybe somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000 in a year. So that might have changed to $18,000. It was $15,000. But it can accumulate up to $100,000. So that is so important to know. Everybody that has that has a disability or that's on Medicaid or benefits should absolutely have an ABLE account. It's the only way you're ever going to be able to save money. And in Colette's case, because a lot of people have asked us, how did you not lose all your services and your Medicaid when you opened a business? And because of that ABLE account, and your employer is allowed to contribute into that ABLE account, think about that. That's what helped you build your company and be able to find an apartment, live on your own, furnish it, pay all your own bills, right? If you didn't have that ABLE account, you would have never been able to start a company, or I would have started a company for you and been like, sorry, this is my company, Rosemary Alfredo, but we'll pretend it's yours, right?
Yeah.
But it isn't. You are the major shareholder in your company.
And the face of Collette cookies.
Yeah. So, and of course, we all know I'm not a baker, which we'll get into later. But anyway, so you would never have been able to do that. The only way you would have been able to do that is if I had all the money to do it. And I just paid for everything and bought everything. And Collette is self-made. She did not borrow money from anybody until her company wanted to scale up last year.
Yep.
And by the way, she's the first person with a disability to get an SBA loan. That's a small business loan. That was huge. It took us almost 2 years to get them to agree, with a lot of help from friends at Eastern Bank. But Collette never would have been able to do what she was doing and been this empowered and this in control, and it being about her and what she's accomplished in her life if that ABLE account didn't exist. Because it would have been, first of all, I wouldn't have had the money to start your business. But in any event, you would have had to get the money somewhere else. And then the business couldn't have been in your name. You could have been like a small shareholder in the business, but you couldn't have really owned the business. So, and I know you want to say something, but I just want to say, Collette did not lose services. She did not lose her checks. She did not lose Medicaid. I think when her company really started turning over and making money, maybe it was like 3 years. You started your company when?
I started my company since 2016.
In 2016. So maybe around 2020, I'm going to say, your company started to like show a profit. That means make money, right, Collette?
Yes.
So then at that point, it's recommended, and this all depends upon administration and what the rules and laws are at that time. But for us right now, being an S Corp was the best thing we could do. So, and if you want to learn about that, if you're interested in opening a business, I would tell you just make sure you have a really good legal accountant, because they stay up on all that stuff. And every time the administration changes, sometimes those legalities, the benefits in different ones, whether it's an S Corp, a C Corp, an LLC, sometimes they change. So, but for right now, we actually converted to an S Corp. And Collette's company was able to contribute into this ABLE account without it having to go into her personal account and then lose all her services. And the ABLE account is actually also pays for housing and anything with housing and personal kind of expenses. It's not to save money to go on a fabulous trip to Italy.
Yeah, I could go back to Lake Como instead of...
Yeah, we went to Lake Como like 4 months ago. It was amazing.
I was in heaven at Como and my sister Blake about Lake Como is my new home now. Whose cookie company is it? Where's home? This is my new home now.
Yeah, I've never heard of any cookie company. I now live in Lake Como.
Mm-hmm.
Bonjour.
Yeah. But it did... So we already discuss about setting up of the ABLE account to one of my employees, Rob Smith.
So we actually had a ABLE American sent they're so proud of you and your story, Collette, that you know about ABLE accounts and that you started them a long time ago, and it's what helped you.
5 years ago.
It's what helped you, start a business, save money, get an apartment. It helped you do all of those things without losing any resource until your company really started making money. I think maybe your SSDI checks went down to like nothing, but you have the money coming in your company in salary, so you were able to kind of meet that gap and be like, now I can pay for my own things. But if you don't have that ABLE account to meet that gap and not lose your services or your Medicaid, not lose anything, then you can't do anything. You're kind of stuck here, right?
Yeah, but we are doing that with him.
Yeah. So that was really cool. So this past week, we had some filmmakers come in, and they actually, Collette had spoken to this group, ABLE Americans. And if you don't follow them, you should definitely follow them if you want to stay up on all kind of policy information and what they're working on. And they had reached out to us. I'm on a coalition with some of them, and had said, we understand Colette's had a big part of Able Accounts for God knows how long, and it's what's helped her get to this point. Well, do her employees have one? And I said, it's really funny that you're saying that, because Collette has an employee that's been with her for
5 years.
5 years, Brooke. Yeah, he actually does your live shows with you now. Yes. And Brooke is fantastic, and the company really counts on him. And so Collette said, I just talked to him about having an Able account and having Colette's cookies contribute to the Able account for him. So that was really exciting.
Yes, it is. So.
And I think he felt pretty honored that you were thinking about him in that way. You know, that you'd like to see him save money, and you'd like to see your company be able to contribute to him, where for so many years when he started with you, he always said, I can't make more than I think he had said, I can't make more than $3,000 a month, or because by the time I pay my expenses and all of that. And he said, so I can't work a lot of hours. I want to, though, if there's any way you could still keep me on. And if you can't even pay me, I still want to come in and work, because I just feel valuable. I feel good I'm getting out of my home. I feel like you guys need me. I feel like I have purpose. But I can't get a paycheck for more than this much money, or I'm going to lose all my benefits, right? Isn't that what he told us?
Yes, a bit. Yes.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. Yeah. So he's been banking hours, and if he goes on a vacation, then he can dip into those hours. I mean, it's just been this silly pathway that we've had to go through. I mean, the guy wants to work 35, 40 hours a week. Why can't he? I mean, it's ridiculous. They should allow a certain amount of time for people to save a certain amount of money before they start cutting them off of things. Because if you can't save any money at all, then that's a problem. You can't help yourself, right? You can't, everything's expensive today. You need computers today. You can't buy a computer. You can't, there's so many things, little basic things that you don't think about. You just can't even afford. And it's just really silly. And it's really so outdated. It's such outdated legislation. And and Collette is the perfect example of a change that was made, the Able account, save $100,000 and be able to then get your own apartment, buy your own furniture, get your own computer, right? Even your headset. You like those really good expensive headsets, right? You have to change them every 2 years, or 1 year they break, right? And you've been able to afford. You don't ask me for any money. You never ask me for any money. You've been able to afford everything, and I know you don't spend a lot of money. You're not like your sister.
I used to, but now I don't.
You don't really care about Prada bags.
I look at any other things.
But in any event, she's a perfect example of why these laws are so outdated and why this information really needs to get out. And needs to get out. I don't know, maybe it needs to be part of a curriculum in school systems or something, but to know that probably 65% of people that are in this same situation don't even know about an Able account is just, that's a big problem, and the Able account should change. $100,000, listen, appreciate that. It helped you a lot. It was great for you. You didn't lose services until you really started making money. So you were able to do that, right? But at this point, other people should be able to do that.
I say something.
Collette wants to say something.
Love to talk so much.
You know what? It's you know what it is, Collette. I'm Italian.
100%.
So when I start a topic, it goes. Everybody in my family does that. You should see when we're together.
Yeah, but I'm never full of time, but I'm half time. Since we had this 2-day Zooming, people came. One of them have been asking us about if we were to do create our own policies for like always. And to do is to make a difference out there. Who really want to do is to get people,
help people get jobs.
To get them a job,
definitely.
Yes. Who we need to do is actually make money to earn a living, who are to live independently, pay their own bills, just like I did since I first moved to Boston. And then, yes, but, and also I really want to keep on doing that because honestly, it breaks my heart to see other people who face a lot of rejections at jobs.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And a lot of people that, if you're in the disability community, then you're aware of things. And if you're not, if you don't have a friend or someone in your circle that has different abilities, then there's a lot of things you don't know. And one thing that a lot of people don't know that we tell a lot of people of is that over 82% of people with a disability that are very capable and want jobs cannot find jobs.
I thought it was 83%.
Well, it's 82.7. If you round it up, you're correct. It's 83. And by the way, that could have changed by today too.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully it's going down. But yeah, I feel like that's the other thing that Collette and I feel like we really want to address, and that is, what can we do that helps encourage people, hiring managers to hire someone with a disability. And I don't mean someone with a disability that has 9 fingers, or that has, I'm thinking of people in my family, funny enough, or that has, 60% hearing in one ear, and that's considered a disability. I'm talking about also, don't forget the neurological challenged population. And I got to tell you, they're gifted. I mean, they are very gifted. Sometimes they may not interview very well, but what I have seen with Collette and the people that she hires, they're better strategists than anybody I know. And I've raised 2 other kids. And Collette, she finds the loopholes very quickly. She finds the little cracks in the cement very quickly. She sees the ins and outs, and she's on it. And because of that, she's always like one, even when you were a kid, oh my God, you drove me crazy, Collette. I had to keep more of an eye on you because of what you were going to get into than the other 2 combined. And you were always thinking, and you were always trying to be one step ahead. And you always were one step ahead.
Yeah, but I raised that way.
I don't know. You were just feisty from day one. Even I remember putting you on the bus for the first time.
That I didn't
know.
And
I said to the bus driver when she dropped you back home, I said, "Is she okay? Are the kids nice to her?" And she looked at me and she goes, "You don't have to worry about her." And I said, "Really?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, no, she's good. She holds her own." That was in kindergarten. But I just think you kind of grow up.
Yeah.
Always trying to fit in without thinking you're trying to fit in, and always for you always kind of wanted respect from people, and you wanted people to pay attention to you when you talk, and you wanted you saw that you weren't getting that, and for some reason that just turned you into strategizing for it, and you do an amazing job at it. I mean, you speak all over.
But hey, that is just who I am.
Yeah,
in my own person. So
yeah, but I think I just think that we got to do something with that hiring rate.
Yes, have to.
How low it is.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you are on YouTube, and we have microphones and they're set up obviously for the podcast, you will be able to catch this. If you want to watch it again, you will be able to catch this. I don't know how the volume is because I've never done this before, but doing my own live stream on my phone rather than having our great podcast guy Dave do it. I didn't give him a heads up for that. It's kind of how we fly, unfortunately. But if you are not hearing well, or you feel that you'd like to watch it again, we will download this on our true next podcast in the next couple days, so you'll be able to catch it. So we'll keep you on if you want to stay on. I was going to kind of cut off at this point because I really wanted to talk about the ABLE accounts, which I'm just going to keep saying ABLE accounts. But, and it's not a paid promotion, although it would be really nice if it was.
You are Italian, huh?
Well, Italians learn to barter, and that's how I got you a lot of services, by the way, when you were younger. So you should never put that down. Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I was a single mom. I had 3 kids. You were the oldest. And I had to get you as much resources as I could when the school was literally giving you nothing. So I had to barter. Thank God I was a personal trainer. I had a beautiful gym in my house, right?
Yes.
And so I used to, that was my barter. My barter was, I'll do your nutrition, I'll train you, and then you will work with my daughter and tutor her. Or we even had Mrs. Finch. Remember Mrs. Finch?
Yes,
the kinesiologist, which kind of sounds crazy, but it was one of the best things that I ever did an evaluation with Collette, because kinesiologists do the study of energy. So she also had done this thing called brain gym. So she could see what was firing in your brain, what side, what parts of your brain were firing more, and which were firing less, and which were firing not at all. And she applied that to different exercises, and that moved the energy. And I got to tell you, man, did that work? Like, you don't remember this. I just remember you couldn't stand her, but you liked her when she made ice cream with you one day when it snowed out. It was just about the only day. But she was amazing. She was on the Ellen Show, by the way.
You're a talented person. Holy mackerel.
I think Collette is...
You will not let me talk.
All right.
Half of
I'm going to sit back and let her talk.
So my random question...
Is it about me?
Yes, it is. As a parent, but since you raised 3 kids, why you have to have all these teachers coming over to our house? You have to hire like a teacher aide. Why me, not stay update?
Well, first of all, that's a great. Thank you, Collette, for asking me that question. No, that's such a good question, and the reason is because people doubted you so much, and people doubted what you would ever do. And even when you were born, they told me how wonderful and happy you're going to be, but all the things you weren't going to do. And I think that being the person I am, I'm not going to keep saying my heritage or the fact that I'm actually from New York. Put those 2 things together. What are you talking about? But seriously, it was a challenge for me. Hearing all these people tell me all these things that, she wasn't going to do, but she'll be happy and joyous and she'll be fun. And that puzzled me, but it turned it into a challenge of like, you know what? I'm not listening to any of those freaking people. I'm just going to raise you. You're going to be you're going to be affected by your environment. Your environment's going to be off the hook. You're going to work out. You're going to work hard, because we're all entrepreneurs, small business. So, we don't sit back and hire people to do things. We control issues. We do everything ourselves. And I was like, I'm going to teach her everything I can teach her. And I'm not listening to them. And I'm not settling in on what they're willing to give her, because they've already told me that my expectations for Collette, for my daughter who's Down syndrome, are too high. And I was like, okay, lady, she's not in your class tomorrow. And I pulled you right out of that class. And then the next day, you wanted to know why you weren't going to school. And I had no idea what I was going to do. But it all ended up working out, because it homeschooled a tutor.
Yeah, but...
A tutor came in that was off the hook, that learned you, how your mind works, how your brain works, how you can learn best for you. And she taught me. And then I would train her. And so she homeschooled you. And in 3 months, you jumped a grade and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that was because, and it probably happened with anybody if you think about it, we're all individual. We all have different ways of thinking. We all have different perceptions, how we see things and how they make us feel. So if you have someone who's going to work with you, and they're going to get to know you and how you think and how you feel, and they're going to be able to teach you what you need to learn the way you can best learn it, if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, all of this is really not.
Okay. So to answer your question, it was to give you the best life possible. Why did I have so many teachers and tutors? It was to give you the best life possible. And one thing you have to remember, Collette, that was a long time ago. That was like when they didn't know what to, I had teachers that I liked, and we would do kind of these off the record meetings, and they would say, I don't know anything about Down syndrome, like educate me. And I loved those teachers. And I had a teacher say, I think I'm doing her a disservice. She's in my class, and the kids like her very much, but I don't know how much of this she's grasping, and I don't know if she's getting the best of her time. Loved that teacher. So I worked with these teachers and then got a tutor, and the teachers would bring me up to speed on the things you should be doing or that they're working on, and the tutor would turn it into a way of learning for you. It was gold, Jerry, gold. Do you remember that episode?
Yes, I do.
But needless to say, the school systems were, and I don't know, I don't want to put teachers down, because you know what, they get a bad rap and they don't get paid very much money, and I have a lot of respect for teachers. I feel really bad about that. But then at the same time, there's not really any training for them. And if they have a classroom of 25 kids and they have one child in there that learns differently, how are they really going to do the best for that child? It's not their fault. If you get a teacher like the one that said to me, your expectations are too high for her, your daughter is Down syndrome, then move on, get rid of her. And become friends with the principal, by the way, because I used to bring the principal muffins all the time. Oh, wow. So then when I had something that I had to complain about or that I needed, or she listened to me, she gave me the time, and I respected her a lot.
So what is the difference of high and low expectations?
Well, what you've done is high expectations. Low means you can't do very much. Okay. We don't expect you to do very much. That's what low expectation means.
That makes sense.
High expectation is, Collette, go for it.
Oh, wow.
Whatever you want, as long as you're willing to
work hard.
Yeah, baby.
And
work hard.
Play hard after.
Yeah. Your play hard is another thing. Yeah, like the Alex Warren concert in Tequila the other night.
Yeah,
you have good play hards.
Yeah, I have the amazing time seeing Alex Warren as my first time since he do his concert here in Boston, and I was living my life seeing him as my first time, and his music is so inspiration and he's amazing.
Yeah, he gave, you dragged me there. I was like not a fan, and I left a fan. But he's got a great voice, and he's a great performer. He's so into the audience. It's really, really lovely.
But now you said I love him now because he is really good. So anyway,
I didn't say I love him.
No.
I said I'm a fan now.
Yes,
I am, and he comes from living in his car. So I love stories like that.
I know. So
he expectations. Yes. Thank God he didn't have low expectations. He wouldn't have accomplished what he did.
Yeah, he did at first, but now he does it. So,
okay, so now I'm going to move us on a little bit, if you don't mind. Let's give a little plug to your cookie company.
Yes.
So tell us about your flavors of cookies, Collette. Colette's Cookies.
That is too close to the microphone. So I do have 14 different kinds of cookies, but actually I did come out with 4 new cookies now.
By the way, 14 flavors.
Yes, 14.
You started in 2016 with 1, and I was like, okay, that's good. Just keep the 1. Become like this famous, new Mrs. Fields chocolate chip cinnamon cookie lady, and you just kept going and going and going. So, first of all, before you go into your 4 new ones, tell us your cookie flavors, and then I'll tell you my favorites.
That's sort of fun. So since I have 14 now on my website, I have is as my number 1 signature cookie. I always call it a amazing cookie. That is actually,
it is amazing.
It is that good. Everyone loves them. Everyone always buys those. It's like so good and addicted.
The amazing cookie, your signature cookie, sells a lot.
Yes.
A lot of repeat.
Yep. So that cookie is called the amazing cookie, and that is chocolate chip cinnamon.
Okay.
That is love it is cinnamon on the cookies. And my second one,
is that your secret ingredient?
Yes.
You add love into your cinnamon?
I love. It's not really not about money, but it's really about love from my heart. You can see that it's on my website. I have as my second one is best ever oatmeal raisin cookie. That's my sister birthday.
It's not a typical oatmeal raisin either. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I'm not talking.
You're so Italian and New York person. This is
all right. I'm sitting back again.
Sorry. And my second one is my mom's favorite kind of a cookie. This one is a very dry kind of a cookie. It's so good to have it in the morning with a cup of coffee, or to have afternoon snack with a cup of tea.
Wait, I totally did not listen. So I'm not talking, I don't listen. Wait, did you just say the breakfast cookie?
Yes.
Love that cookie.
Yeah, it's called healthy breakfast cookie. There's no butter, no sugar, and also no red sugar. Nice. In the cookies, everything is wholly flavored with cinnamon and nutmeg, honey, craisins, almonds.
Sounds great.
It's so good.
It's my favorite. I love that one.
Ones,
look at that.
Oh yes, that is it.
Love it.
And my third cookie that is called chocolate chip mint. That is,
Oh my gosh!
I know what you're going to say. It's one of my favorite kind of my cookies now.
It's another favorite.
Another favorite.
Can I just say something? I'm sorry. I have to say this. If you like mint chocolate chip ice cream, these cookies are ridiculous.
Yes,
like you open the bag and you smell this beautiful mint. You take a bite and the chocolate and the mint. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, no, it's sort of fun. And my fourth one, it's called amazing chocolate chip. That is also with cinnamon.
Wait, you already said amazing chocolate chip.
No.
Oh, gluten free.
It's actually called gluten free. Those cookies I only use is actually holy fruit. No, sorry, not holy fruit.
I don't think you have to explain all the ingredients.
I know, but those cookies, this is gluten free fruit.
Yeah,
It's a
cool.
Red kind of fruit. My sixth one is shopping sweet sugar cookie.
Oh, sugar cookies new. Kind of.
They are one of the new cookies I came out with recently.
That's Brooke's favorite.
Yep. And my favorite.
Here it comes.
So,
Wait for it.
So,
Can't wait.
So as my number one favorite kind of cookies, I know this sounds crazy, but I love coffee. Who drinks coffee once in a while, and dark chocolate that I love. So it's called dark chocolate espresso, and this is a Italian kind of coffee.
Wait, what kind of espresso?
Oh gosh, Italian.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
And also as my other one, if my other time is passing this.
Wait, are you going to go past the dark chocolate espresso?
I already did.
Unbelievable. Like I don't even know. It's if you like chocolate, like if I'm the type of person like I won't eat chocolate unless I really, really want a piece of dark chocolate.
Yes.
And those cookies, they're number one.
Yeah. And my other cookie, if my other time is watching this, and my grandfather too, Mimi, this is their favorite cookie. It's called chewy peanut butter cookie. Those cookies I use is actually all natural peanut butter.
Nice.
And my other one, I just came out with now recently. It's called a protein powder cookie, and those cookies are like very good.
13.7 grams of protein,
yes.
low carbs,
and no in sugar.
I think you need to go. No offense.
So, and that's my
honesty here. I think you need to go back to test trials with those, because I know. I'm sorry.
Why? How did you say that?
Because they're. After 4 or 5 days, they're kind of like hard to bite into. They're not crunchy.
Yeah, it's not.
So I don't know. I think no offense, Collette. I'm sorry. I just blew your sales on protein power cookies.
But
your Aunt Karen loves them.
I was about to say that if my favorite aunt named Karina Pemsey, if they're watching this is her favorite kind of a snack with her lovely cup of coffee. And my other one I just came out with recently, I actually put into those cookies is lemon juice, all natural and fresh lemon juice. That is called lemon shortbread.
Lemon shortbread.
Yes, and also I have 100 packs.
Wait! I don't think you said you have the classic.
Yeah,
that's another new one, right? Wait, sorry. What?
Just new.
What's wrong with me?
I'm just being a little off again. So
I'm going to sit back again.
No.
Tell them about the classic.
So I do have other cooking. I just came out with recently. It's called classic chocolate chip with the cinnamon on it. And my other one is called, it's actually the same kind. That one is actually in gluten-free. If people who have gluten, I actually do make those. They are on my website.
So you have 2 gluten-free options.
I have 2.
Your signature cookie
and
a classic.
Yes, classic one.
Sweet.
Yes.
How come you didn't bring Dave any cookies?
Oh my gosh. Honestly,
shame on you.
I'm sorry, David. I got very busy, and nor do I got busy, but it's actually too. But
You know what? Sorry.
I need to get on the website and order some. That's all there is to it.
if you know,
Doesn't he have such a good voice?
yes. If you know of coffee, David, you have to try. Is my favorite. It's the espresso cookie.
I'm definitely going to get some of those. I am a big coffee person.
I am too.
They're so good.
Oh my gosh, sounds so good right now.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Collette.
Well, and also don't forget, I do have 2 other ones. They are in my co-packers.
Oh,
and my
Crispy
retail-
Crunchies.
Crispy cinnamon tip, and my other one is crunchy oatmeal raisin. They are my co-packer, and retail pouches. Those pouches, they are at different supermarkets at different locations. Not just here in Boston.
And you also sell them on your website.
And my
Colette's?
website too is called Collette.com.
Sweet.
Yeah, and the best way to stay in contact with me or my mom, best email if you want to order cookies, it's actually from me. It's called Collette@Collette.com. For my mom, that is it's a different email, Rosemary @Collette.com.
But people can order cookies right on your website.
On my website, yeah.
But if you want to do like a bulk order for companies, corporations, events, then email.
Something to, yeah, by an
Cool.
email, yes. And also,
You have more?
and also we did talk about doing those Christmas and Christmas in a cure classes cups.
Yeah.
We did talk about doing those for my sister's big wedding as a giveaway.
In a mason jar with like a little leaf on it,
Yes.
and it's pretty.
And the green sticker is going to be on top of the cure cups at her wedding. So
We'll say like the Blake and Seb, Lloyd, thank you for coming type of thing.
yes, exactly.
I love it.
But once again,
What else is new?
And for once again, her wedding is actually getting closer and closer. I am her maid of honor, and I never been one before, so it's my first time. So I never.
That just means that when she's done for the evening, you got to wash all her stuff.
No, I'm not doing that. But it's big job. Is that my job? But actually, so she could be a list to do as my duties and her ideas for me, taking myself busy.
Can you handle it?
So since I don't know what my maid of honor is, what it does, what it means, so I'm gonna have a mom
Now you do.
by my side. Who's going to do is help me out some.
Okay,
because if
I'll
I
help
is
you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because-
ask first next time though.
Yeah, but you do know about maid of honor, except for me, I don't. So it's my first time being at
Oh,
one.
it's exciting.
It is.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
Aw. Yeah,
Mommy.
yeah.
Were you gonna do that?
No, I'm not. I could, but I'm trying to be inside of myself. But you are a mom of a proud, right?
Yes, of course. I'm the
Because-
mother of the bride, and I actually get to walk her down the aisle.
Yes. So a parents do is put.
Yeah,
It is-
that's a long walk, dude. Did you see that when we were up at the Sagamore? How long that walk is?
That walk is.
It's like a 10-minute walk.
It is.
I'm gonna need like a couple of little prosecco breaks.
Or yeah, prosecco or a dick.
I'm gonna have all my girlfriends are gonna be lined up on the side like every 20 feet with like it's gonna be like I'm doing a marathon. They'll have a little cup for me, and I'll be like, "Thank you," and I can keep going.
You mean dick
No, probably-
have it.
Probably prosecco, but
Yeah.
actually,
Anyway.
really, I'd prefer champagne.
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, you know what? I love that you've made all these new cookies because you've been really slow, which has been very odd for us. So, she's got more to say.
Yeah. So and also since that other day I did do it's called TikTok Loves Soul, and yesterday was Wednesday. I made another live show. It's on Facebook, and today it's on YouTube. So
I love it. I was actually just going to get to that. I was going to say like how you've been so slow lately, and a lot of our other kind of colleagues have said the same thing. And I know like shipping prices have gone through the roof, which has really affected all small businesses like Colette's that ship. But so, of course, we were like, I had to teach Collette what the word pivot means.
Yes.
Right?
It's going to have a lot of times now. But yeah.
When you have a small business, Collette, you pivot a lot.
Yeah.
When you have kids, you pivot a lot.
See,
In life, you pivot a lot. But anyway,
yeah. And
getting back to your live show. So we sat down and we were like, okay, we have this time. We need to like generate business somehow. We need to do something different. We need this, whatever we need. So Collette came up with all those 4 new recipes
Oh, yes.
of cookies. And then we said, well, what else could we do? And because Collette, I feel like she's so great in her company, and she built this. She goes on QVC maybe 2 or 3 times a year. And so she kind of built in her place a little studio-looking table with all of her gifts on it and all of her cookies on it. And she was like, let's do some live shows.
And milk, too, right?
Oh, yeah, little cute milk, a lot of props on the table. So,
That's right.
yeah, so if you want to watch any of these, I would definitely say keep an eye on Colette's Instagram and TikTok and Facebook
YouTube.
and YouTube. I think your YouTube is Collette DeVito, though, but all the other ones are Colette's Cookies.
And I think you did mention to me about doing a LinkedIn episode.
Oh, yeah, I just learned that LinkedIn actually has live cameras, but I don't know. You get a lot of good business through LinkedIn.
Yes.
I mean, you get a lot of really good business through LinkedIn. That's, for us, that's really become like a number one, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Spreading the word, Instagram and TikTok, but really getting business and getting like some good corporate support has been LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you should do a LinkedIn film. I don't know. I mean, Mr. Wonderful does them. I don't know. I'll have to look at how many people watch his. Not that I'm comparing you to Mr. Wonderful.
No.
Kevin O'Leary, but he does them all the time. So I'll have to see how many people actually really watch them on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I remember that. I think a couple of years ago, I think, or days or weeks. Is that when we were at Nantucket, I first met him.
Oh, last year.
As a man. He is amazing. Not a guy.
He was very nice.
A man, but he was very nice. I gave him one of my box of the cookies and have him talk about me and my company on a show. It's called Shark Tank.
No, I don't know is he still on Shark Tank?
He is, yes.
I don't know. I love that show. But he was nice enough to say, give me your cookies, stand next to me, and have somebody take a picture of us. And that was pretty cool.
Which we did. That was my first time meeting him.
That was cool.
Actually, in person.
That was cool.
Yeah. I was wondering about what's wrong with Tony Robbins, because honestly, he's my number one person to meet.
Okay, remember I said before you're a product of your environment? Colette's going to be a product of the environment I raise her in. Bingo, Tony Robbins and Jay Shetty.
Yeah, but my number one person to me is Tony Robbins because I have been listening to him time to time of his own podcast. I do feel bad for him, like how he raised, wherever he's from.
Honey, don't feel bad for him. Because of what he's been through in his life, he now owns like some crazy number of businesses. He's probably the most known individual in the world. And he's living a good life. He's very in love with his wife. He's got a great life. Don't feel bad. I feel bad for us.
Too.
Collette, I want you to know you just made a sale from producer Dave here. And I just want everyone to know how easy it is to order cookies on the website. I got the amazing chocolate chip cinnamon, the chocolate chips, and like you suggested, Collette, the espresso ones. Yeah. So I'm very excited. They're on their way to me.
Awesome.
It's Collettes.com. That's two L's, 2 T's, and with an E at the end, COLLETTEYS.com. Get some cookies.
Yeah, baby. Get some cookies.
Let's go to a great episode.
Oh, applause for David.
Actually, I was thinking about if it can play that intro music.
How about when we finish?
This. Yes.
We close it out. I think we should close it out now. We've covered a lot of stuff. Able accounts, 4 new flavors, all of your live shows. You got a lot, right?
Yeah, this is my
God, what's next for Collette? Your next book.
Next book.
You need another book.
Where do we find you on Instagram, Collette?
So best way to reach out to me by my Instagram is actually Colette's.
Colette's Cookies.
Colette's Cookies.
Yes.
Got it.
And
Right.
Twitter too. And that business.
Look for our live
X.
shows.
Thank you. Oh. Hi. And we're back on.